Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Right, let's have a look at commodities. So, alright, so gold. Now gold's got 1650 and 1700 as local resistance areas, and this week it kind of pulled back a bit, started to head up towards that. The weekly candles looking nice and bullish. Although we've had sort of indecision on February and March, it's still looking bullish. So right now I'm leaning towards gold taking a run at 1650 at least this week. In the longer run, of course, I'm still bullish on it, but I'd like to see this kind of make its way through 1650. And so that's really a level I'll be keeping an eye on. Silver did very little. The weekly candle has finished bullishly, which is to say that it closed to the upside. It's still trying to stay above its support level there at a close to 14. And so it may actually manage to do that. So really what I'll be looking for is a break of the high of this, which is, there we go, so 1472. And looking for a break of the high of that, and then starting to see that look a little bit more bullish there. All right, going through to copper. So copper, same thing again, did very little. It's actually a slightly more bullish candle, also bottoming out. So basically no movement really on these, and if anything, they look like they want to break out of these local resistance levels there. Platinum. There's a couple where I was looking for more sort of bullish reactions. They did absolutely nothing. And so really my expectation, again, if gold does break out to the upside, it's going to pull a rising tide lifts all boats. It's going to kind of pull a lot of the precious metals with it. So I'll be looking for breaks of the highs rather, or breaks of the lows in the case of, certainly in the case of platinum, a break of the high here about 758.50 and a break below 700 to go short and to go long on those. In terms of palladium, this one, of course, as I said, has had a relatively quick recovery, but what should have happened if it was still bullish is it wouldn't actually have produced the current monthly candle. So all of this really implies that this could potentially go low or at least go sideways, but not so much that it's now ready to go, because if it was ready to follow through, it would have just broken through the high almost immediately. And that was quite a quick bounce on that. Last week's candle actually looking both indecisive but also slightly bearish. So really here again, I'll be looking for perhaps price to drop. There's no clear trend, so this isn't tradable per se. But if it does break the high and starts to form this kind of nice tradable behavior here, then I'll be looking for that. And it's quite interesting because I remember I was talking here about how ridiculously overextended price was. I mean, it was up here at that point in time, or at least sort of up here at that point in time. And I was talking about how bearish candles were starting to form, and then eventually it kind of did a bit of consolidation before breaking higher. But it's very interesting to see the kind of size of the candles that have happened recently. So just supporting it, just indicating still much of that volatility still in existence. Now, oils are looking really interesting to me. Why? Well, because we were very much overextended to the downside on a monthly basis. We produced these small bullish candles off historical support levels and lows. But not only that, on the weekly, which is in a nice downtrend, we've actually produced a swing low. So a nice bullish candle, and the moving averages are just below 50. So there we go. There's 50. We're kind of sitting about 45. And so if price does decide to do a normal, happy, healthy retracement, it's going to find its way heading up towards 40, potentially 45, and even potentially 50. So somewhere into this area where price could work its way up. So for me, intraday opportunities are going to look really good on this one. 1 hour, 30 minutes, all of those, while the 4 hour goes into an uptrend. The daily is going to take a while to go into an uptrend. But that is actually looking like a real feasible possibility, 40 to 50. And also if I do Fibonacci measurements, what's really interesting is that this level starts to show up. These levels here, these previous historic support and resistance levels, start to sit right on the 50 fib retracement level as well, which is great, halfway point. But yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities there. So definitely crude for me is now much more leaning towards the upside. Here we had really nice bullish divergence. We've got the moving averages started to climb, even though we've got lower lows here indicating a change in trend, or likely change in trend. This is now looking at WTI, West Texas Intermediate, and also produced a nice swing low. So again, I'm very, very much looking for at least 40 to 45 to 50 on the outside, but certainly 40 is achievable to me, I think, and certainly coming back up to this level of support, which sits at 44.2. So that's a feasible target for me to look for potential shorter term trading opportunities up to those. So that's absolutely on my list as long as it's trending nicely. Then I might as well just go straight through, because it's the same really with light crude. Bitcoin in a bit of an uptrend, still struggling with that level of resistance. Okay, so last week's candle not having broken or traveled much, but certainly finished bullishly, and so not much happening there. Ethereum Of the two, still Ethereum more bullish. All right, so we've got, of the two, we've certainly got it starting to push through its resistance a lot better. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. If it was super strong, I think it would have broken its way out, but I do think it is going to succeed at least, and we'll see how it deals with 150 and 153 as support levels. But that's looking good. So interesting again to see Ethereum, to see the cryptos, digital commodities in line with commodities such as oil. And, you know, there may be other reasons for that, but certainly just interesting to see that correlation between those.